Hello, this is Ivett of Honey Deep, Honey Wide, here with this week's episode of Minutes to Insight, where I pull one fortune out of all the fortunes I've written since the last winter solstice, and I reflect on what gifts and messages this fortune has to offer us at this particular moment. Okay. I hope you're doing really well. I'm feeling really excited about summer. Sometimes it's the energy just hits you where you're like, barbecue and fun times and just feeling good about the way you look when you walk in the sunshine and just seeing people. I don't know, there's this feeling of like, there's people to meet and people to talk to. And yeah, I love that feeling. And then the days are so long. That's kind of exciting. And yeah, some other things like my allergies aren't bothering me like they did last week, and other wonderful things that have happened in my health that have just felt a lot better than a week ago. So I'm feeling very grateful. So let's see where we are. What's today's message? What could you be? From February the 13th of this year. Remember who you are. Find your true face in nature. Remember who you are. Find your true face in nature. Remember who you are. Find your true face in nature. This was like the day before Valentine's Day, which I remember was a really happy day for me this particular year. And I had treated myself to a hike. I actually had some special people to spend Valentine's Day with, but I made sure I carved out time to go into nature, which has become like a very sacred practice for me, going into nature. Sometimes I take friends, like very special people with me to go hiking, but I very often go hiking by myself. And it really does depend on the energy for me. Like I just feel into myself. It's like, what do you need? And there's something about going into nature by myself when I'm not thinking about relating to anyone except the energy field of a living ecosystem and the way that it's talking to my body. And I've just been very, very blessed in the last, I think I've always been aware of it, but in the last 4 years, I've made it a really spiritual practice of getting out into nature. And I become aware of how much I'm carrying. And it just naturally, and this is like not anything extra stress, but just in a normal, modern, everyday life. There's all this electricity, there's all of this technology, screen time, relationships with people, communication, trying to fit what I need into a day in response to obligations that I have. There's all these countless thoughts and processes going on in my head, things that I'm aware of and much more that I'm not aware of. And the powerful thing for me going out into nature is releasing it. And it's like that natural world absorbs this tension that I hold in my body without even thinking about it. And little by little, I let more of it go. And sometimes I'm aware of what's being taken away from me. Other times I'm not. But what I do feel in my body is I start to feel lighter. I start to feel softer, more receptive. I feel gratitude. It's just the state of feeling grateful. I feel wealthy. When I walk in nature, something happens where my true nature, my true identity, my true self starts to rise up, and it starts to radiate in a way that I feel, because it speaks to nature and nature speaks to me. And all of a sudden, this little me that exists is aware of a much larger conversation that I am intimately a part of. But I'm like, whoa, like the gods of nature are speaking to me. They know who I am, they know my true names. And in that conversation, I am refound. And that's where I feel grateful, because it's like I'm living in this crazy dream that I'm calling my life right now. My name is Ivett and I'm a woman, and all of these crazy ideas of who I am and who I'm not. And when my true self is seen, the way that it's seen when I walk in nature, I remember something much greater, something I don't even have words for. And when somebody remembers who you are and they remind you, there's just no love like that, to be reminded of who you truly are. It's like, hello, I was hallucinating here. All of this crazy stuff, oh, this one wants this one wants that. Oh, I think I want all of these things, but I don't really need anything at all. I'm living this crazy hallucination. And so when I go into nature, and nature is my lover, is my friend, is my mother, is my father, I am remembered. And that remembrance is brought to me, and it says, whoa, hold your horses, let your horses out the gate, and let's ditch the insanity for just a few hours here. How about that? How about just you as you are? Come and spend some time with me, because I've been aching to spend some time with you. So, I mean, this message is like a Valentine, really. Remember who you are. Find your true face in nature. Stop tripping. Remember. And here I am. I'm here to remind you. I'm here to reflect your beauty back to you. Everything you see in me, that's you. That's you all over. And you're huge. You're vast. You're the multiverse. And I sing your name every time the wind blows through my branches and rustles my leaves. Every time the rain slaps your face. There's so much love going on. And all you got to do is figure out a way to arrange your life so that you are repeatedly, ongoingly, continually returning back to nature and getting some of that cleaning, that spiritual soul cleansing time with nature. And you don't have to have a lot of money to do it. It's a lot easier if you have a car, but there's a lot of other things you can do if you don't have a car, because I didn't have a car for like 4 years here in Portland. And I think I hadn't had a car for 7 years. So one way or another, if you're committed to remembering yourself and being remembered as you truly are, separate from the madness, you find your place in nature, even if it's that vacant, overgrown lot, even if it's walking on the railroad tracks, whatever. I mean, especially if you live where I live in Portland, you're so lucky. But wherever, I used to live in Philly and I did not have that. So I was a pretty creative girl. Um, anyway, thank you so much for listening. And if you liked this offering, please like it, please subscribe, please see me again next week. And I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope you make some time to be in nature and to remember who you are. Remember who you are. And we will really be blessed to be in your presence. Have a good week. Take care.